The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, water quality in Florida is terrible. Maybe the worst in the country. I'm going to tell you how to fix that. Carter Burks will join me. Also, values way up. David Johnson, Seminole County Property Appraiser, we hear. It's just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. Do IRS threats have you spinning out of control? You are not helpless. At Attorneys Justin Clark and Associates, our goal is to lower or even eliminate your IRS debt. Call me today or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life. Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, renter, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses from your living room with my attorney advice throughout the way. If you have any questions whatsoever, Dallas Lehman is standing by right now to answer them. If you need to get pre-approved, you want to find your dream home this weekend, Dallas Lehman will get you pre-approved. I will leave the phone number on the screen. It's 407-205-0400. What a great show. I'm excited about today. I really am. You're going to love it as well. But first, the opening statement. Before I hit the opening statement, let me tell you something. The most genius real estate thing that I've seen in a long time is my good friends at Uplink. Literally, you can go to any website right now and see what houses are for sale, but there's only one place you can go to see where the open houses are right now, and that is Uplink. Barrett, Zach, tell me about it. I have no doubt in my mind the best new product in real estate right now is Uplink, and I'm so happy to be joined by their very smart founders. I mean, this is a great product. Barrett and Zach are here. So tell me what Uplink can do for me. I'm sitting at home right now. I want to buy a house. What does Uplink do for me?
So basically what we do is we take all the data every single day and we consolidate it and give open houses to every single person across Florida. So if you're in search for an open house, all you have to do is type in Orlando, you type in Tampa, Miami, and it's going to come up with every single open house for that day only, give you the time, the date. It's going to give you who's hosting the open house, pictures, and how you can get in contact with those people.
There are plenty of websites you can go to where you can find out what houses are for sale. There is only one app, one website you can go to find out where we have open houses, all in one place.
Yeah, and every morning we scour to make sure that the properties that are on there are still live properties, because in today's market, it's hard to find property.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really one of the toughest things.
And it's not just for consumers. This helps real estate agents as well. This is a very good friend of real estate agents.
Yeah, what we want to do is we want to help real estate agents have an online presence for their open houses, because if they're going to do the work, they should get the benefit.
Yeah, totally agree. You do yourself a favor. Visit Uplink. Download the very convenient app. I'm so proud of you guys. I can't wait to watch this thing totally explode. The best new product in real estate, without a doubt, is Uplink.
Hi, my name is Dallas Lehman, president of UF Mortgage. There has been a lot of news lately regarding interest rates. The Federal Reserve has spoken recently and reported they are committed to raising rates for the rest of this year and into the next. Now for the good news. Rates are still extremely low. The National Association of Realtors reports consumers should bear in mind that mortgage rates are still historically low. The historic average on a 30-year fixed mortgage is 8%. As we speak, Freddie Mac is averaging rates in the 4s. 2022 can still be your best year to purchase your own home or refinance to a lower rate. Stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rising rental payments. Call today and let's get started. Your Under One Roof team is always here for you.
Today, a great show for you. And it's a great show because it's two good friends of mine, and we have very important questions to ask. And the question is, look, these house values over the last 2 years have skyrocketed, but have our property taxes gone up with them? And how are we keeping up with that? David Johnson, who's the Seminole County Property Appraiser, will be here to answer that. And then the guy who made my water safe in my house, who made my water smell not funky anymore, will be here. Carter Burks with Carter Water will be here to tell you how to not only make your family more safe with the water in your house, but also how to help increase the value of your home. And we'll do so by asking real questions. Every Saturday here on You Have Real Estate, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Today, happy to welcome back repeat visitors, David Johnson, who is the Seminole County Property Appraiser. Hello, David. How are you?
Great to be here, Justin. Great. Thank you.
Carter Burks of Carter Water, who's expanding like crazy, who's buying lunch for us later, I think, buddy. How are you, pal?
I'm doing great. I can do that.
Good to see you. David, let me start with you quickly. And I'm a little disappointed in you, I must say, because last week J.R. Kroll, another constitutional officer in Seminole County, was on the show. He's the Seminole County tax collector.
Correct.
Brought me a bottle of vodka. And
Really?
you seem to have come empty-handed. Not only did he buy me a bottle of vodka, he came to my house later that night and helped me try it out. Taste test,
Yeah,
right?
right.
I'm just kidding. Great to see you, as always, David. And we all know, pandemic and all, this market has been incredible. The prices have gone up so much. How do you keep up as the property appraiser? And are your appraised values going up like the market is?
They are. And the way we keep up is with technology. I have a very talented professional staff, number one. Number two, we track the sales. This is why we are so intertwined with the real estate community, because those transactions that brokers and realtors across Florida and Central Florida are closing on a daily basis, those come through my office. We find out exactly what people are buying and selling property for. And the way the state law and constitution is outlined is I'm supposed to be valuing the property based on its current market value. So we're always behind because we're always looking about a year behind.
Yeah.
But that we are basically doing what the market's telling us to do based on those transactions. So yes, we're seeing about a 15% year-over-year increase in single-family home values.
So, most people have a mortgage on their house, and as part of their mortgage, they pay PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And a big component of that is obviously your property taxes. And clearly, as the value of your house goes up, your property taxes go up as well. Are you seeing a lot of people in Seminole County upset about that, confused about that, because they're used to paying $2,200 for their mortgage or $1,800? As the property taxes go up, that mortgage payment goes up, and it can be confusing to some people. How does that work?
So confusion is one word, but there's a lot of good news out there also. If you have a homestead exemption on your property and it's your primary residence, the Florida Constitution says no matter what's going on in the marketplace, your value can only increase the lesser of 3% or the consumer price index. Okay?
Really?
So this year, the inflation's about 8%. So the CPI is going to be 3, or the rate of increase is going to be 3%. So no matter, I just said that our values are going about 15%. If it's your primary residence, you're only going to see about a 3% increase in your property value, which relates into your taxes, $50, $60 a year. Okay, nothing to sneeze at, but it's something very reasonable. Where we get concerns and we get phone calls is those new property owners who are buying that house and the value gets reset, because that's the other part of the law, is once the property sells, the value gets reset to the market value and it becomes a new base. So that's where we get those calls. It's like the people before were only paying $2,200 in taxes, now I'm paying $5,000. What happened? It must be a mistake.
Yeah.
So that's where we get the phone calls.
So let's say I do own a house. So I'm not just buying a house right now, and I literally don't know. And it's easy for you. It's easy even for me because I'm a lawyer and I kind of understand these things. But people out there do not know if their house has been homestead or not. Is there a website I can go to if I live in Seminole County? How do I figure out if I have the homestead exemption?
So the best way to do it is go on our website, scpafl.org. There's a myriad of information out there. One of those pieces of information is what exemptions the property has. And certainly homestead is the primary exemption that you will see on that website. So always check that out. I will also say, as a plug, always work with professional realtors and attorneys. They will guide you through this process. It's a very complicated process. It's a very huge investment. I'm a very big advocate for working with professionals. And they know all the potential pitfalls, and certainly they use our website. You use our website all the time to get valuable information, but certainly the public can also access it and try to guide themselves through that.
Yeah, it's been crazy watching even my home value. I live in Seminole County. It's gone up so much. Every time I look at it, it kind of blows me away. And one of the reasons I think that the value of my house has continued to increase, and ask Dallas Lehman, Vivian Lehman as well, because they did the same thing, is I talked to Carter Burks, and welcome in again, Carter, as always, with Carter Water. I don't think people understand how bad the water is in Florida. And now I absolutely do know the difference now that I installed a system with you in my house. It is a totally different feeling, whether it's taking a shower, washing my hands. It's a full different world for me. But not only is my family more safe, I think that having your water system in my house has increased the value of my home as well. Tell me what you guys do.
Well, we test water, and we make water better. You can go to carterwater.com, and everything you need to know about water is on there. But the EPA haven't updated their regulations over 20 years in most places.
Really?
Some places 30 years, and it's just a dirty little secret that's kept under the rug. That's why we do a radio show about it every Saturday, and we come out and do a no obligation water test, and we will show you what's in your water. And then you can make a decision what you want to do about it. And there's no pressure.
And that's what we did too. And by the way, if you want to test out the water, because I'm telling you, the water in Florida, I think is the second worst in the United States. Is it second worst? Or I don't know if you can say it, but here's what I've read. Our water here is the second worst in the United States of America. I called Carter. He came out. I didn't have to pay him $1. I didn't have to write him a check. I didn't have to give him a credit card to hold. He said, let me test your water. And he showed me the water in my house. And I was like, I have little kids.
Right.
This is not safe for them. You installed a system for me. And first of all, it didn't cost that much money, a little secret.
That's one of the things. Everybody thinks these things cost $1 million, but they don't. Most of the times, the way that it operates, it cuts down the hardness of your water. You use less soap. You don't have to buy bottled water anymore. You actually put money back in your pocket.
That's right.
Every month.
We used to go to Publix and take these huge jugs. I literally think I broke my back one time carrying these. You're a man. You can carry this big jug full of water. I think I broke my back. We don't have to do that.
Jugs of water are stored at in hot warehouses.
Really?
And then the plastic starts to leach out into that water.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's called microplastics. So just because you're buying a fancy bottle doesn't mean the water inside is necessarily safe to drink.
So it's just sitting outside in the 90-degree weather all day, and
the next time you go by a grocery store or a big box store, look where the water's kept, by the front door in the sunlight. It just sits there and bakes in the sun all day long.
If I were you, I would call Carter now, 407-205-0400. Literally, he'll come to your house this weekend and test your water, show you what your water is reading, show you, I'm sorry to say, how bad it is. And then if you decide to move forward, you're going to have this awesome system in the garage. It looks like a spaceship almost. It's small, though. It's compact in the corner, but it looks awesome. New age technology where you can think about this. You literally can be sitting there with your family at dinner, and you don't have to worry about grabbing a bottle of water. You don't have to worry about putting the cup in the refrigerator thing, and it goes, because that's not safe either. You literally just open the faucet up, put water in your cup, and drink it, and it tastes like Aquafina. I don't even know if Aquafina is good, honestly.
Aquafina is made by Pepsi.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
It's just glorified tap water.
So we have Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Sierra Mist, and water.
And water.
Wow.
Diet water, yeah.
Isn't Dasani made by Coke, I believe, or
You're
something?
right. You've been doing your research.
Not really. I've heard that. I think Chipotle is owned by Coke. I don't know. I can't get McDonald's. I can't keep up. But it's crazy. Thank you what you've done. Thank you for what you've done for us.
Absolutely, my
It
pleasure.
really is. It doesn't sound life changing, I guess, but it really is. Think about it. Think about how many times you use water throughout your day in your house. Shower, washing your hands, drinking water. It is not safe in Florida. At my house, it is safe. And I did a plan where I put no money down, and I think I pay like $20 a month for a couple of years. I mean, it is
Very inexpensive.
Very inexpensive. So Carter will come out and say hi to you, test your water, and see what he can do for you. And I'm going to get back to you in a second because we have a few more questions here. But David, I wanted to ask you another thing. You guys, and I've noticed this, and I think it's very impressive, have this sort of street imagery that you've been doing. You guys are getting technologically advanced over there. You really are. You single-handedly have made the property appraiser office in Seminole County ahead of the curve. Let's be honest. Talk to me about this street imagery.
So what we have done is we've started a project where we are actually going street by street throughout the county, taking a frontal image of every property. This is like the Google Earth.
Is it like in a car?
It's a car
Okay.
with a van with a camera on the roof. It's kind of like Google Earth. The problem with Google Earth and all that is those are many years old, those
Yeah.
images in some cases. a county, Central Florida, as fast as we're growing, it's constantly changing. So what we do is we drive the county, and about a quarter of it is done every year. So every 4 years, there's a new image. And certainly with new construction, it's put out there immediately. So this will be on our website, actually, this summer. There'll be another add-on to our website. It's great for public safety. It's great for our real estate professionals. It's also good for our homeowners to see if you are looking in a neighborhood, is that something I really want to go see or not? Certainly you can look on the realtor.com or work with your real estate agent, but it gives you a good idea about what's going on. But from a public safety perspective, God forbid we ever have a natural disaster or something that wipes out a bunch of property, we will know what that looked like before anything happened to it. So.
Wow. How did you come up with that?
There are other offices across the state that also utilize that. I will tell you probably about a third of the 67 property appraisers offices across the state have some level, street level imagery. It's kind of expensive, but we think you get a lot of bang for your buck also. From my appraiser standpoint, it also helps us to be more efficient in the office, and that we can actually see, when they're doing reappraisal work and they have a sale, is that sale really comparable to the other houses that we're trying to appraise without jumping in a car and going out there? Obviously, we've always had aerial photos, but when you have that frontal view of every property in the county, that's pretty impressive. And it's about 200,000 images. So it's a lot of work.
Our executive producer, Philip Deems, who does a great job, by the way, was thinking about installing a pool in his backyard. And he came to me and he said, I want to put a pool in. I mean, he has so many cats anyway that it's too many cats. He couldn't do the pool thing. But he was going to install the pool, and he said, but that's going to increase my property taxes. Is that true or not? If I install a pool, a backyard patio, does that affect the valuation of my house?
It does. I mean, a pool is an amenity that is not typical for every home. So we would have to recognize that contribution to value. And certainly when you get ready to sell it, those houses that have a pool usually sell for more than those that don't. Unless you're ratired and you try to get rid of the house, it's like, I do not want this pool. But I pay more for a house without a pool. But in general, it adds value. And certainly the other piece of this, and I think this is life in general, that's a lot of family fun, a lot of family memories. It's enjoyment. Sometimes you just have to do things to, it may cost a little money, but, you get a lot of enjoyment out of it also, so.
But I think you made a great point at the beginning of the show. When you have the homestead exemption, it can only go up a certain amount anyway, and it's not going to be a life-changing amount of money that you're going to pay in additional property taxes. And I'm not trying to get you to pick a fight with David. I'm not, but you evaluate thousands and thousands of properties every year. You can't get everyone exactly right. You just can't. When you're doing it on such a macro level like you have to do it, sometimes you're not going to get it right. And there is a process. If I just think that my house value is too high, there's something I can do about that, right?
Absolutely. And certainly, again, we have about 200,000 pieces of property that we're appraising on an annual basis. We use a lot of modeling and statistics and that type of stuff. And it makes assumptions about what's typical. As we know, there are situations out there where you may have bought a house, there was some, extraordinary damage to it, or it needs a lot of renovations. We may not know that, okay? My first piece of advice, please, is to contact our office via email or phone us. And in fact, you can email me at davidjohnson@scpafl.org.
Right to you.
And we'll get it to the right folks. We will go look at it. We'll make an appointment with you. We need to come look at it. If at some point we can't come to an agreement, which typically does not happen, there's some due processes out there that we will work with you. But certainly let us know if there's something going on with your property that we may not know about, because we want to make it right. We do not. Our goal is not to overtax you.
It's weird because I think you watching at home, you're like, oh, this is a government guy, elected official, and you know what? It's not even worth worrying about it. Whatever, I'll just pay what it is. I mean, David's literally sitting here giving you his personal email address that he's not. They're not trying to screw you. They're just trying to get it fair and make it right for you. And that's one of the great things about living in a community that we live in. I mean, he's here accessible for you if you have questions or you need something changed or you disagree with something. They're not here to fight. This is not one of these deals where they're trying to fight with you. I mean, he just wants to get it right. And don't ever hesitate, whether it's about your property value or or tax issues, whatever it is. I mean, our local officials really are more accessible than I think that you even think.
Right, and I think the other thing about our website is there's lots of information out there about comparable sales in your neighborhood. You can download your neighbors and create mailing labels. There's all kinds of good information out there. So please utilize it as a resource. And like you said, Justin, we are available at any time to talk to folks and work with folks. In fact, we love doing that.
Pretty amazing. And again, when I worked with Carter Water, it was like that too. I mean, you guys were right there. Every time we emailed, every time we called, every time we text messaged, you were right there. And the process with you was so simple. Literally, you came to my house, did a water test, no pressure. I mean, this was not car sales in any way. It was like, look, this is your water. We have this product. This is what it looks like. We'd be happy to do it. You don't have to pay me anything. Like, you don't have to pay me any money down. It's a very small amount of money. And then I think it was 2 days later, maybe 3 days later, I literally have clean, safe, fresh water in my house. So after, call him now, 407-205-0400. He's going to come to your house. What is the process after that?
Well, you call that number, and I will call you back, and I'll ask you some questions, and we will go out to your home. May not be Saturday evening, it may be Monday, but we'll be going out to your home. We'll do that water test for you and give you options, even go over installation options or where you can put a system at. But Justin, once you do have a system installed, it's not like you can forget about it. I have to make that out there in the open, because it's like you go buy a car, you can't drive it forever and not change the oil. So it is a machine, and once a year you want to have someone come out like us and service your system. It's very inexpensive, but it keeps it working correctly, because over a year's time you can get a lot of hard water deposits up inside of the system that can interfere with your water quality.
Right.
So it's very important. So if you have a system inside of your house and you haven't done anything to it for a very long time, I strongly urge you to call us so we can schedule a service call for you.
And a lot of people are buying houses right now. I mean, the market obviously has been crazy. So let's say that I just bought a house and there's like some weird tank in the garage and they told me that, yeah, I'm going to have clean water, but it's hard to really trust that because I wasn't the one that talked to that guy. I wasn't the one that installed that system. Are you in a position where if I did buy a house and there is an existing system, can I call you and you come kind of check it out, make sure everything's legit?
Absolutely. We receive phone calls every single day in that very situation, just like that, where someone moves into a home. What is this? I don't even know what it even is. And it's a water softener. Yeah. But it probably hasn't been touched in forever. And we offer a free consultation to come out and inspect it for you to let you know what's going on with it.
And a lot of people offer these water systems like you do. Yours is a little bit different.
A little bit.
Talk to me about that.
Well, it's called a Puronics iGen. It has NASA incorporated technology. And it's
NASA? Like the NASA? Oh, wow.
Same technology that was used in the space shuttles back in the 80s is in these systems. And they're registered with the EPA. As a drinking water media. So it's not a water softener. It's really a water filtration process that we do.
How does it work? I mean, how does this water go from, I don't know, the ground or whatever to my tap where I can drink it? How does that work?
Well, a big portion of that is ion exchange, resin. Resin acts like a sponge and soaks up all the contaminants in the water. And then from there, it just goes into your house.
Really?
It's a very simple process. It sounds like it's very complicated, but it's not. It really isn't. It soaks it up and it goes right into your house. You turn the faucets on anywhere you want and you got good clean water.
And earlier I made the threat that maybe Florida is the second worst state when it comes to water. Was I right or was I overreaching there?
We might be number one now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't I think Texas was we're neck and neck with Texas, I think.
It's not an award that you want.
Yeah.
Don't be proud of it, but you don't have to live with it. City water, and if you're on well water, it's even worse because you can see the iron and the sulfur and all that too. Yeah. And we can fix that for you too.
Brother, thank you for what you've done for my family. It feels so good not having to lug that jug around. And by the way, when you go to Publix, even if you don't buy the big thing like I was doing, even getting the 24-pack of bottles of water, that's like, what, $8 or something?
I haven't checked for a while, but with inflation, it might be more than that.
Yeah, who knows, right? I think that I'm saving money. Like if I really compare net money, I'm actually making money by going with your system, and for that I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Everybody has a hard water bill, I call it.
Yeah.
And we can fix that.
Carter Water, 407-205-0400. I only have people on the show that I do business with myself. I tell you, I'm not going to bring anyone in here that I don't trust, and I trust this man, and he's literally changed our household. Thank you one last time. David Johnson, as always, you've been a good friend and an ally to us as well. I always appreciate you. I think you're doing really amazing things over in Seminole County, and keep up the good work. When's re-election, by the way?
2024.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
so I'll have to. We'll start stroking checks. Late next year, I guess. Because there's no way we're gonna lose you in Seminole County. We really appreciate all the hard work.
I enjoy working with JR as a colleague too. He's
Great
a colleague,
guy.
so.
Most importantly, thank you for joining us today, and as you do every single week. And if you want to sell your house, I'll do you a favor. I will show it off right on this program anytime. Call us at 407-205-0400. The rates are up a little bit. I know they are, but historically low still. But they might keep going up. If you're looking to buy a house, get Dallas Lehman involved right now. Same phone number. It's right here, 407-205-0400. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Thank you for joining me. Hit record series now if you would, and I'll see you next week for another edition of You Have Real Estate.
Here with my good buddy Carter Burks with Carter Water at a house doing a full house install. Now, we're not in my house, but I do have this system in my house, and I love it. Thank you to Carter Water for what you guys have done for me.
Absolutely.
Not only am I saving money every day, because we're not buying bottled water anymore, Carter, the shower feels totally different now. Why is that?
Well, because you don't have any hardness in your water anymore, Justin. Calcium, magnesium's gone, the chlorine's gone as well. So all you have is good, clean water.
And the cost. I paid $0 up front, and literally the cost of a couple of bottles of water per month, and it's amazing. And again, think about all the bottles of water I'm not drinking and my family's not drinking. I mean, we're saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars per month, all while having much better water. Why is the Florida water so bad?
Well, because we come from the Florida aquifer. The aquifer is polluted. It's full of everything we do up here gets down there. Then the city has to hit it with so many chemicals to make it safe to come out to you.
Right. And you know, we have families. I have a family. I feel so much better now that my family's protected from that bad water. I think what people don't understand is when you're bathing, when you're showering in the Florida water, that's also not good for your health.
It's not, because your skin will soak it up. You just don't drink it, you consume it through your body as well.
And what kind of process is that? Is this a several-day deal? You're gonna have to uproot the family, or is this fairly simple?
There's no backhoes or bulldozers involved, I guarantee you. Because our patented technology with NASA and the EPA, it provides good, clean water throughout every single faucet in your home. So whether it's here in the kitchen, in the bathroom, you always are protected with good, clean water.
So when you leave this house today, this family is gonna be able to turn that on and drink fresh, clean, healthy water. Is that what you're telling me?
That's it right there.
$0 down, payment plans. You're gonna pay so little per month. Do yourself a favor, call my man Carter Burks with Carter Water today. You will absolutely not regret that decision.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.